What is true Tantra, and how is it different from sex? How to meet your soulmate, your divine partner. Encounter with extraterrestrials. How to get in contact with them. How do black magicians control the earth? The main weapon of the dark powers. How to deal with any life difficulties. Awakening hidden abilities and understanding the higher laws of the universe. The method of realizing any desire. Eco-village and the space of love. The ancient pagan wedding ritual and conception at the place of power. What a proper wedding should be like for a happy married life. You will find answers to all these questions in the new cartoon, Mystery, an Untold Story of Love. Here is everything you have been looking for.
My dear ones, today is a very important moment in the life of our Earth, its future, and therefore our children's future, is being decided. The forces of evil are not slumbering on the Earth. There is a lot of negative energy and false information. Old good movies and cartoons on which we were educated, joining with good, have disappeared from the screens. They have been replaced by scenes of horror and violence, scenes of constant war and destruction, stories about ghouls, demons, and vampires. The same themes are supported in computer games. Children's toys in the form of various monsters appear from the basis of modern computer games. The child is thus placed in a destructive atmosphere of aggression, destruction, violence, and images of the lower demonic world. Children have almost no contact with nature. It has been replaced by an artificial urban world with dead energy. Parents, busy with work, have less and less time for soulful communication with their children. At best, they are taught by indifferent educators, and often by people who are examples of aggression and intolerance, people who should not be allowed near children at all. School children are exposed to the negative impacts of television and computers. That's why there are so many sick, mentally retarded children with mental disabilities. And even seemingly prosperous parents can raise criminals, selfish, degenerate, affected by laziness, drug addiction, and gambling addiction. However, there is a way out of this depressing situation.
The people listened to her with awe and excitement, eagerly absorbing every word.
We, all parents and those who are preparing to become parents, even if the child has not yet been conceived, must unite together and form a field of love that will protect our children from the negative energy and nourish their beings with the highest divine energy of love. And the more we gather, the more often we do it, the more benefit we can bring to ourselves and our children. No expensive toys or games, no prestigious colleges can replace the energy of love, tenderness, kindness, and harmony for a child. No medicines and expensive clinics can give this to sick children for whom this energy is a real salvation, and a salvation from any diseases, even those considered incurable. Even very good parents alone cannot transmit as much energy to a child as they can receive from a group of people. The power of a group, according to cosmic laws, is multiplied by the number of its members. Besides, the group, unlike a single person, is able to attract the highest divine energy of the cosmos, and form a phantom field from it, which, even in the absence of parents, will envelop and protect the child. And for adults themselves, there is no better practice of transformation than creating a field of love for themselves and their offspring. A child can't be alone. One needs a group of children. But what kind of community are our children surrounded by now? When even in the elite colleges of Harvard, Cambridge, and Oxford, drug use, gambling, violence, lying, and cruelty are the norm. By gathering together in a united group of creators of the field of love, we will be able to unite our children so that they not only become friends with each other, but also stay together in our nurseries, kindergartens, and schools where the educators will share the idea of the field of love and other harmonious good methods for caring for children. Now, my dear ones, the most important and decisive hour has come for us to form this good field. Sit down, forming a big circle, and place the children with babysitters and photos of your children who are not here now, with hair and fingernails from them to strengthen the astral connection in the center of this circle. Interlock your hands correctly, and let us begin our prayer to God, opening our hearts to Him and asking Him to give us and our children the energy of love. On the inhalation, fill with this energy, and on the exhalation, transfer it to the center of the circle to our children.
Alice, I see the big black cloud of negativity leaving and dissolving into the air. The children and we are cleansed.
Darling, I see a pillar of light descending on everyone.
Arthur felt a state of grace that embraced everything around him.
Arthur, look, an orb! I see a golden orb that is descending. Rays are coming from it to everyone.
Arthur tuned in and suddenly felt the same state of mind as he had when he had met the same ball of light in the cave. I know! It is Bhagavan! He is here! He is with us! As he spoke these words, tears of purification flowed down his cheeks. Many of the creators of the field of love present also wept with the grace that overflowed. A strong and undeniable sense of harmony and protection began to emerge, grow, and expand. It was a certainty that everything would be fine, as if something heavy and oppressive had gone, making way for light, unconditional love, and boundless joy. More and more people with children came to the next classes. Many of those who had been at the first ritual of the creation of the field of love now spoke from the stage about the miraculous results. Children's incurable illnesses disappeared. Parents began to feel better. Peace and harmony prevailed in families. Children began to learn better. Their creative abilities began to open up. Lyria taught people how to conceive, nurture, bring up children, and to discover the genius of the child in the created field of love. She talked about how to keep it in the family, in one's home, how to include other members of the family, even those who do not believe and do not attend the classes. But one day, there were far fewer people in the room than usual, and those who were there looked tense. When Lyria asked what was wrong, one of the regulars, Valentine, stepped forward and handed her a newspaper with a gruesome article about the activities of the Love Field cult. It turned out that there was a TV program defaming Lyria. Her activities were called sectarian, and her assistant Arthur was labeled a crazy debauchee. Lyria picked up a newspaper with the screaming headline, Sex guru infects children with AIDS. She was horrified to read the vicious slander and wept over the paper with her arms around her head. Arthur jumped up on the stage and, running his eyes over the article, unable to restrain his emotions, exclaimed from his heart, "I'll punish those unscrupulous journalists so that they don't dare to defame a good cause."
Calm down, Arthur. You realize that this is an order from the special services, which fight against any dissent. Journalists have nothing to do with it. They could not even write it. The article was fabricated by those who unleashed this information war.
Arthur took a deep breath, trying to calm his emotions and look at the situation from a different angle. You're right.
People, you have been here, and you have felt the grace of creating field of love. You have seen the good changes in your families. Your children have recovered, have become more harmonious, have discovered their abilities. Why do you not trust your eyes? Do not listen to your heart, but immediately believe any newspaper hoax. Those who wrote these false lines have not even been to our classes, have not created the field of love. What can they know about what they are writing about? The state wants to preserve its way of upbringing, its ideology, because all this keeps people in subordination, in line. After all, it is much easier to rule ignorant, unhappy people, immersed in solving their own problems, than a happy, free people.
That's right. That's right. The people who came to the next class and were not afraid of anti-propaganda fully shared Alice's words.
Any modern education does not give answers to the highly important human questions. How to be happy, healthy, how to give birth and bring up children, how to have harmony in the family and be successful in life. Answers to all these questions you get here and in other scary sects. Scary for those who are afraid that you will remove your information chains and become free. And now it is worth only to print something in the newspapers or show it on TV. And people like zombies instantly believe in this lie, even forgetting their own experience, not thinking reasonably, not trusting and not listening to their heart. And I beg you, don't be upset. We need your knowledge. We believe in you. We love you, and we ask, please, please continue to teach us, despite these intrigues of the Dark Ones, because now it depends on these lessons whether the field of love will be preserved, whether it will continue to help all of us and our children.
Yes, please teach us. We are with you.
We do not believe in this nonsense. We realize that this is the work of the devil, who wants to destroy the fledgling germ of a good cause.
Touched by everyone's support, Lyria began to come to her senses and called the people to universal prayer. In our extreme times, when the fate of the entire planet is at stake, it is crucial for the knowledge of angels and benevolent spirits to spread as quickly as possible, globally, and reach thousands of people. In this way, we can change the future of all humanity. Which is why we are addressing you, dear soul of light. Spread the knowledge about our wise books and films. Share links to videos or cartoons. All of this is available and free. Invite women to individual practices, webinars, and seminars. And the Great Spirit of Light will help you and your family. It will direct an enormous amount of energy to fulfill all your desires. Benevolent spirits and angels will assist you and your loved ones in all matters. A thread of light and love extends from your heart to the hearts of thirsty women, and the creation of good and the dissemination of enlightened knowledge throughout the world begins. Become part of the mission of light. Help people, and God will help you.